Live. When I say Kalalal, Yahweh Kodash, the apostles of great men, stone shalom to all the brothers in the island Bible preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. This is the James Jamaica camp. You know. Basically, what we want to speak about now is, things that are happening currently, especially out in Jamaica, the region. The biggest argument now is about food security. That is the narrative that is being pushed right now. That we're at risk of having food shortages. Which is prophetic in nature. It's a part of the plan as the men them who engineering this process basically that is now taking place worldwide. There's massive breaches in the global food supply chain. Farmers be dumping their produce, slaughtering their animals. Meat packers, you have meat packers issue right now what take place. All these are a recipe for disaster. we have one disaster now, and we don't know if the elite basically plan to bring, but it seems as if they are planning to bring in another situation of people in order to scare them some more, whatsoever goals them need to carry out now. And one of that scare is to bring about a famine. And this famine basically is going to be an artificial famine, man, because there's no lack of food in the world, just that the food to reach the mouth of the people who basically want it. The mechanism that is used to bring the food, is
unsustainable.
Is being disrupted, or according to them, unsustainable. Because the elite of our agenda basically, and that agenda basically is to bring about a one world order. And when you look on it from a micro level, you have a thing we call it sustainable development goals. And a part of the goal is basically taking control of food distribution. Across the world.
Can read one. I go and talk about that. Just the overall goal from this is a sustainabledevelopment.un.org, so their website. This is goal number 2: end world hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Under that you have several sub goals. So this is 2.c. It says adopt measures to ensure the proper functioning of food commodity markets.
And the reason why they're speaking about proper functioning, because they're going to pan the current order of how food is dealt with now. See, they're going to pan it as a failure. These systems basically are set up to fail, that the people cry for a better way how to deal with this situation. So there is a process now basically to demonize the current order of things, like the supply chain. Now that we have a crisis now, see that if people going hungry and this never did happen, if we have a better way of to deal with the food security and all of that. So right now what is set up now is the current system set to fail. And they're going to play that out in front of your eyes. Just like how how nations deal with situation concerning a pandemic or all of that, being ill prepared, as according to the World Health Organization, basically showing the way how we approach the whole virus thing, pandemic thing is not a sustainable way, but to bring in a new way of deal with viruses, according to Bill Gates and all them. They've been warning over the years. So look, Obama, the whole of them was talking about a pandemic and how we're not prepared for such an event. So all these current systems set up basically right now in this current order is going to be replaced with a more sustainable way how to do things. And one of that thing is bringing about a new way how to deal with food. You know what I mean? And that is a process going on, because the narrative that is playing out here in Jamaica is playing out in other places, man. You know, in America, if you watch Ice Age Farm, him speak about the global supply, the food supply chain, basically in America. Him speaking about though, but you know,
meat factories closing down.
They have to slaughter them animal, them and dump them and all that. All that by design, man.
Right.
It's by design. And it's going on here on the island, man. So letting brothers know. So hey, look, this is widespread, because it's a major goal that is carried out by an institution. You know what I mean? Who carrying out the plans of the elite. Yeah.
Right. So we're getting one article first here. UN warns of biblical famine due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Right, and so now here so-called official sources.
Right. And if you know, it's the UN.
Yeah, the UN. When I hear them bringing out these things, basically, that's basically building on the story. You know, that's what they are doing. They are building on the story, you know, and putting out there. So look, hey, we are at the risk at seeing global famine to the likes you never see before. You know what I mean? Showing that we need to deal with a situation where them things here don't happen. So when it happen, them can say, oh look, we already have prophesied to you people, say, oh, which is the UN, can say, look, we already have prophesied, say, oh look, you know, so we need to deal with the global food security situation, because this wouldn't happen if we deal with it from a long time, and that is about to happen now, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're gonna blame the current order of how things set up, you know what I mean, for the hunger that is coming, man, the dirt that is coming, when it was designed, you know what I mean, to be a stepping stone to step to the new order, man. You go on, brother?
All right, so the head of the UN Food Agency warned Tuesday that as the world is dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, it is also on the brink of a hunger pandemic that lead to multiple famines, and this is a quote, multiple famines of biblical proportions.
When a man said biblical proportion, hey, going back to the dirt in Egypt, and all them other dirt.
People eat their children.
People eat, yes, because some of those famines was the worst famines, basically, you hear about. It's what the scriptures speak about. You know what I mean? So when I'm telling you that, I'm telling you, say, yo, these famines are like a joke famine that happened a few years ago. And a few decades ago, man.
So within a few months, if immediate action isn't taken, so this is something that's, you know, right on the doorsteps.
Hey, the last year, if immediate action never get taken, you know, the last thing we hear, the UN, last time we hear agency of the United Nations mentioned like that was with COVID-19. It's if we don't hack now, and if we don't disappear across the planet, and guess what happened? No, it's across the planet, man. See, so when I hear them speaking this way, that means say something you should expect. You know what I mean? They're sowing the seed out there for you know, look, food shortage is coming, man.
It's a World Food Program Executive Director David Beasley told the UN Security Council that even before COVID-19 became an issue, he was telling world leaders that 2020 would be facing the worst humanitarian crisis since World War II. And that's a significant statement, yo.
Very significant,
yeah. He said that's because of wars in Syria, Yemen, and elsewhere, local swarms in Africa, frequent natural disasters, and economic crises.
I know the coronavirus.
Right, including in Lebanon, Congo, Sudan, Ethiopia. He said, Beasley said today 821 people go to bed, 21 million people go to bed hungry every night all over the world. A further 135 million people are facing crisis levels of hunger or worse, and a new World Food Program analysis shows that as a result of COVID-19, an additional 130 million people could be pushed to the brink of starvation by the end of 2020.
You know what I mean? Hey, hey, look, man, this is basically the UN trying to prophesy, man. You know, they do it more than once, you know, and then whatsoever they say happen. You know, it's like Bill Gates was harping, and look, we're gonna see a pandemic at some point, you know, until it actually happened. Yeah, them basically know that what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? So them speak of it before them even do it. You know what I mean? So this is what coming, man. We can see the fruits of this saying playing out. Yeah, even right here at home. A man might say, yo, but we have a wide supply of things right now. But the thing is, that is what basically is gonna bring the famine, man. Too much are gonna end up to none.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing because the way how food is produced in mass, you know what I mean, is when certain systems basically are in place, like places where you distribute food to, like hotels, you know, restaurants. No, all those places are closed. So therefore, the people who mass produce the food, seeing end up at a loss. You know what I mean? Now they have to be dumping the food. You know what I mean? Because they don't have no way to get it to the regular man out there. You know, because them system they never get set up in the first place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you look at a massive failure, bankruptcy, farmers going bankrupt. You know what I mean? Not about to plant again after this crop. You know what I mean? So them things always are happening. You know,
right?
Seeing. So it's by design for collapse major farming, man.
Right.
You know, because at some point they're going to want to have to get rid of all these smaller farmers and put in some big farmers, man. You know what I mean?
Right. Wow. So that's why I read another thing from it before we move on. So, but he raised the prospect of a hunger pandemic because there's also a real danger that more people could potentially die from the economic impact of COVID-19 than from the virus itself.
Okay. Now we can see this happening because all that has been done, seeing the scare of COVID-19, basically is very detrimental to the economy, as we can see, to the food supply chain.
Right.
We can see all of that playing out. You know what I mean? So what he saying right here, seeing this is a strong possibility, man. You know what I mean? And as we say, we're seeing the fruits of this playing out, man.
Based on prophecy, it's not a possibility. It's an inevitability.
Yep. Yes. You know what I mean? So you can't be on the first precept, bro.
May I have there?
All right. One.
All right. So this is Ezekiel 7. Verse 14. So they have blown the trumpet even to make all ready.
Right.
But none go to the battle.
Right. So as man, the Lord, that's our responsibility, man. We're supposed to forewarn you of the things that are to come. You know what I mean? That you prepare mentally. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And spiritually, the best way to prepare spiritually for what is about to come. And one of the things that is about to come, seeing is widespread famine. The scripture mentioned that. In countless amount of time, the scripture mentioned that famine, great dearth is going to come at the end here, man. Yeah, one.
Okay. He said, for my wrath is upon all the multitudes thereof. The sword is without and pestilence, the famine within.
Right, so sword, famine, pestilence, man. Those are the things that basically will come to warn you people off. You know what I mean? You call COVID a pestilence. You know what I mean? And you're coming coupled with it, and you're gonna have war coupled with all of this because hey, a lot of things being playing off in the background that's gonna lead to war, man. Seeing, and the scripture mentioned World War III. Right. You know, America making some selfish moves. You know what I mean? The rest of the world I say one different thing, and America I say one different thing because the narrative is being built for all these nations to come up against America. You know what I mean? So that is another aspect of things, man. You know, you have trade disputes that take place. You know what I mean? Who basically benefiting from trade. You know what I mean? Right now is a tug and war basically that take place on the planet now on a geopolitical level. So you have all these things popping off in everywhere. You know what I mean? See, coupled with what the UN is saying now. You know, because all these things, each of these things, them sword, famine, and pestilence, them come hand in hand. You know what I mean? And that's all gonna see them play out. Go on, brother.
He said, he that is in the field shall die with the sword.
He said, he that is in the field shall die with the sword. Why? Because the place that a man basically think to go to get food, if there's no food in the cities, is the man in the field, man.
Right, the man
see? And trust me, they're gonna be hostile, man.
Yeah. So you're gonna say to yourself, yo, the famine don't touch me, no, cause me have a farm, but you know, the sword will catch you.
Yeah, the sword will catch you, man, because a man will come for your food, man. That's how it is, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be taken away. Yeah, one.
And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour.
Why famine and pestilence? Because you'll be in a lockdown, and that's what happening in certain places in Jamaica right now. Because of a lockdown, people crying that they are hungry. And the government need to do something because they go out and them not get a chance to buy some the food with them get them good for go buy. And because them get some money to Western Union and them go for 1 week, no one can't get the money because everybody go to the Western Union all at once. You know what I mean? That's what people have St. Catherine complaining about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you have other places that basically get quarantined and shut down. People crying for hunger, man. Seeing because of the shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The scripture tell you that a man shall be a man will want to go into a city and cannot be able.
I'll read it. So we'll
You
get
know?
there.
One?
We'll get there.
You want to start go to verse 16.
Right. Continue.
Continue.
Mm.
He said, "But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves in the
Right.
valleys, all men mourning, to all them mourning, everyone for his iniquity."
Because the reason why the Lord is bringing all this up on the planet is because, hey, people being wicked, man. Jake in general out here, hey, look, man. You know, some dumb, stupid ass shit Jake be doing, man. Right in the midst of something serious that is going on, man. Seeing, so it's only just for the Lord bring these things upon you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, one.
All right, so I go to the a news report, a local news report here.
Gone.
And this is just one of many.
Yep.
I'm pretty much speaking about the same thing.
Yeah,
a farmer.
because the poultry and dairy industry basically collapsing here in Jamaica right now.
I would say the same thing with meat production in other countries.
God.
Isn't it? With farm producers such as fruits.
Hey,
and
poultry and dairy.
The same thing.
Poultry and dairy, just the same, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The COVID-19 pandemic is ruining the lives and livelihoods of many Jamaicans, including many in the agriculture sector who are part of the linkage industries for tourism. This evening, our reporter Dwayne Anderson looks at the struggle of an egg farmer on the North Coast.
This hole is a makeshift grave. Inside are some dead chickens, a literal and figurative representation of a family's dying business and ambitions. Until weeks ago, the Campbell Egg Farm in Trelawney was a booming business.
We supply to hotels along the North Coast, primarily from Negril right up to Bosco Bell. Once this COVID disease brought about the lockdown of the hotels, it directly impacted us and we had to basically close down. So we are locked down about 95% of our business.
The business was started in 1981 and it grew to employ over 20 persons directly. But now, only 4 employees are there.
It will affect me a whole lot. This is practically my livelihood. This is where I work. This is where I earn. So if it closes, well, that's just it. Not at this moment. I was getting those things ready to put plan B, but everything is going down now, so I'm not sure.
It has impacted our staff. We have cut our staff by about 75%. And we are just running the operation now on a few birds, about 5,000 or 6,000.
Yeah, and this basically lead up to the point what that our lesson is about, you know, because people livelihood basically is being demolished, you know what I mean, especially out here in Jamaica, man, and people getting frustrated, you know what I mean, a lot of people owing a lot of debt, you know, right now what them don't really know, them all get themselves out of, so people getting frustrated, man, they forget for getting frustrated with the whole lockdown, with the government and all that, man, and Jake gonna lash out, man. It's a matter of time, you know what I mean? Very soon you're gonna hear people eating the streets out here in Jamaica if they continue to push this along, because hey, the people not having it, man, because hey, at the end of the day, you know, the one seems to be losing is the one basically in lockdown. You know what I mean? And it's not fun anymore, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun anymore. You know, you have people in St. Catherine, you know, was this close to a riot the other day, man. You know what I mean? So hey, and guess what? The officials are seeing it. You know what I mean? They are seeing what's going on. You know, so that's why they basically warning you of unrest coming, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have many officials coming out warning you against the back of unrest coming out, man. You know what I mean?
Because just like in
you can bring out that thing there for me.
just like in Italy, you know, it was all fun and games. Yo. They used to come out on them balconies and sing and whatever, you know, until things get serious when they started hungry. I see that in Jamaica right now. It was all fun and games, you know, till the real effects of the lockdown start touching people, you know.
Right. You know.
You have to go for your preset them.
Yeah, you can do this, but how long you can do it for? You can bring out the article with the Paul, brother.
Can. So this is from the Jamaica Gleaner, was posted 2 days ago. It said Powell, COVID-19 hunger pans may spark unrest. And Philip Powell is pretty much a Jamaican politician.
Yeah,
right? So it says painting a worrying picture of many Jamaicans struggling to stave off the pangs of hunger, COVID-19 economic fallout. Opposition lawmaker Philip Powell is urging the government to double the 10.6 billion aid package. Powell urged that the contingency fund was woefully inadequate. Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison said Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark will respond to the emergency concerns when he addresses Parliament next week. Right? There's a point I want to bring on specifically. Here we go. It says, without there being some palliative to assist these persons, we are going to be in for some serious social upheaval. Right? That's what he said.
Hey, and guess what? That's what's basically is in the pipe, man. You know. Yeah. Regardless if it's engineered, yes or no, it was in the scriptures, man. You know, the Lord say there shall be what? Sedition among men. They can be what a priest.
Can. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15.
Because all these things work hand in hand, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? All these things work hand in hand because hey, you can't have people hungry. You can't have people basically backs against the wall and expect them not to come out lashing, man. Yeah?
Can.
Go on, bro.
Right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 4. Woe to the world. Verse 14, Salakia. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein.
Right.
For the sword and their destruction draw nigh.
Can.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Right. So we have a situation now in Jamaica where you have a class thing. Since the COVID-19, you have this big class divide taking place, man. And blaming the ghetto people them for certain things. You have some other people, people from the country or them look down on certain people. You know what I mean? In regards to the COVID thing, I must say, them people are the reason why I think are prolonged because them not adhere to the rules. You know what I mean? And some people have a different opinion when they come on to the COVID thing, and it's bringing great division. People ratting out other people and all of that. Them things that are going on Jamaica right now. So you gotta have clashes, you know what I mean, when you come on to class, you know what I mean, and you gotta have clashes in regards to what? Race. You know what I mean? You have the Chinese issue now where it take place. You know what I mean? In America you're gonna have, you know, the so-called white man, you know.
Yeah, which we got
defending themselves against Jake. Yeah. You know, as the one that is ill prepared. You know, so you're gonna have those clashes going on. So you have nations that are rise up against nation, man. People against one another. Go on, brother.
Right. For there is sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
I think it's yesterday I hear another politician basically speaking about that the forces in Jamaica don't have enough resources to basically
I'm a politician, man. I'm a businessman.
A businessman, basically to deal with the whole
CEO of Super Plus.
Yeah. He was saying that they don't have enough security forces to deal with everything.
A nationwide
all at once. A nationwide lockdown, which is true. We've been saying that all along because we have a very small military and a small police force. You know what I mean? So even though people are speaking about a total lockdown, it's not feasible with the Jamaican security forces, man.
Pretty much I just have to trust people.
You know what I mean? So all these things are gonna blow up. You know what I mean? As Powell basically won, say it's gonna be one way where them can't manage it.
Right. You're hoping that people will fear the virus more than they fear hunger. And one of the time they fear hunger, I go win over you. You see me?
That's what's going on.
Right. It said, for there shall be, read it again, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Right.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses destroyed, the men be afraid. A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
At some point in time, food are gonna run all the way out.
Can.
You know what I mean? And a man are gonna do the next desperate thing.
Right.
You know? Take a neighbor shit. Forcefully.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna die for hunger, man. That's what a nigga gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What?
Pretty much that's still have another article.
Right.
Alright, this is from the insider.com, posted April 20. The protests in Michigan and Texas are just the beginning. Expert warn more rallies, looting, and food lines are coming in the United States.
All right. And this basically is preparing you. It's like, you know, them putting it out there that them can't say, oh, look, we prophesy this, you know. Yeah, when they tell us that this was coming, and the reason why we didn't know if they tell us that this was coming is because the current systems that exist were not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we come to tell you that the reason why these things are happening is because they are prophetic. You know, the Lord set this up even in a for their mind to do these things, man. That his prophecies can be fulfilled, man. That's what's going on. You know what I mean? And other things basically that they may not plan for is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Via the Spirit. And the Lord Himself is gonna direct what's going on, man.
Right.
To fulfill His prophecies.
So a clip from the article is that in other countries where the coronavirus has devastated the economy and job market, there's been civil unrest.
God.
Police in Italy patrol supermarkets to stop people from stealing food. Millions in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro banged pots and pans from their windows to protest the Brazilian president. In Mumbai, thousands of jobless day laborers demonstrated at a railway station Tuesday after Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended the national lockdown.
Yeah, this is the next crisis, man.
Right.
You know, this is the next crisis. That there's more argument, you know what I mean, coming out about this more than even the COVID itself that is really out. You know what I mean? The argument now is bent towards food shortages and people getting hungry, you know what I mean, and eating the streets, man.
Right.
Even though there's a lockdown. You know, so you know that I end up. Go on.
Right. Poverty, hunger, crime, and social upheaval are a real threat in the US too. It's a Karen Kendrick, a professor of sociology, told Insider, especially if the government doesn't step in to soften the blow. There's no doubt this is going to have a huge economic and social impacts, and the worse it gets, the more likely people are going to get to the point where social action is the only way forward.
All right. And all of these money that is being pumped in, they're looking for a specific result, man. Doing this thing, man. A lot of money that is being pumped in to the economy, man. We're basically adding more debt. You know what I mean? To the current pile of debt to them have, man. See, where all this money coming from, they're gonna give people, you know, and plus them have them universal basic income thing where they more get people used to getting money from the government. But that money is not to pay everybody on the planet. Don't believe for a minute that I'm gonna pay everybody on the planet not to work, man. Yeah.
Don't even pay 7 billion people not to work. 7.7 billion people.
It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
This
is itself not sustainable.
Exactly. Second is just 6 verse 22, right? And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Right. You know why? Because a lot of these farmers going bankrupt.
Right. Dumping the product.
Yeah, dumping the product. You know, and a man basically for destroy my whole field of lettuce. We see upon a video that brother destroy my whole field of lettuce.
Yeah, so it's not just livestock.
Man actually ball say, oh, look how hard them work to plant lettuce, them man know him can't even reap them to carry them away. You know, man for destroy them. I think he might go end up and plant a lettuce for the next crop. I'm not gonna plant again. You know what I mean? You might be stupid to plant again. Meanwhile, the thing will cause him to lose the whole him produce still linger. No, him not gonna plant back. Him not gonna plant back. So guess what? When the season come around, guess what? There won't be any. When the season come around, there won't be any because it costs money. Unless the government step in and give him some money and say, oh, plant them back. But guess what? As far as the government don't want to do that, because government will take them off hand and distribute it to the people if they even mean it any good.
Them try, them buy up a whole heap of produce. The other day, and try to redistribute it. But that's
here
pretty much.
and there, man. That's just
I put a band-aid over the wound.
People them look like say we are do something.
Right.
When I really do nothing, we just do something for them. Say, okay, at least them they try. Try what?
Saying the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth it, then shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Yeah, we've been seeing friends ratting out friends, family ratting out family already, man. Hey, look, the point. Come when you wanna go dead for hungry and me can take your things and eat it and me good. It's coming, man.
Can.
You know what I mean? Hey, no real friend in Jamaica, them say, nobody, no true friend there again.
Exactly.
You know, them singing and them song them, you know, and them talk it every day. You know, so hey, you can know what going to take place out here. Yeah.
Right.
One.
This is from EuroWeeklyNews.com. So much article we find on the topic. Alright, posted April 20 again. Alright, UK police chief predicts riots and civil unrest when lockdown is relaxed.
Yeah, you notice how this thing, everybody having the same story. Everywhere, everybody have the same story. The Jamaica, UK, America, everybody saying the same thing. Yes, that's what's gonna happen, man.
That is it.
That is the narrative being building right now. You know what I mean? So it's not a virus. It's about to spread across the planet now. It's unrest. It's about to spread across the planet. Believe it or not, it's coming, man.
It's coming.
They're gonna do it. You know, only to fulfill the words of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Sedition, man.
A senior officer warned police should be ready to deal with more volatile and agitated society after lockdown measures are eased. Chief Superintendent Paul Griffiths, president of the Police Superintendents Association, said economic difficulties can lead to a significant rise in crime and disorder.
Because the people don't want to know what they're going to get back for staying in.
Right.
What we're going to get back. You know what I mean? What about with jobs? What about the bills? All the bills them own. Who are going to pay it?
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're going to realize that all the burden is left upon them. Them just, all that happen, them come out at the end of this thing, being the loser, man, with a shitty end of the stick. And they, trust me, man, look, it's not going to be pretty, man. People are going to vex, man. People going to vex, man.
He said there are going to be people out of work, businesses that haven't been able to sustain themselves. The impact on society will start to come through. He says, Mr. Griffiths added, my worry is
who's to be blamed for all this, man? Yeah, politicians, the officials, man, who convince you into a lockdown. They are the ones that people going to blame. You know what I mean? That's why it's scripture say them now respect
princes.
They're princes, man. You know what I mean?
My worry is that there will be social impacts from what we've gone through over these months. Those consequences could be a more volatile and agitated society.
So what happened from the other day is going to breed a specific result, man.
Right.
And that them bracing themselves for what's going to happen, because they know they're not going to give you back shit for what you lose, man. Them know. Yeah? My brother?
All right, another article again, the SouthAfrican.com. Update. Civil unrest peaks in Western Cape amid looting and protest.
All right, this is spreading across the planet now. So it's
Africa, we're going now.
It's already started. It's already started, man.
Right.
You go on?
It said it has been a day of major civil unrest in Cape Town, right, as frustrations on days 27 of the nationwide lockdown boils over in some of the province's most desperately affected area. Clusters of rioting residents have kept law enforcement engaged all day with looting rife in Cape Flats areas. The South African Police Service, as well as various other law enforcement agencies, have engaged with isolated incidents in several areas.
Right, so it's already started, man. Yeah.
Nice.
And the more this thing prolong,
the more it get worse.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. It's Ricketts warns. This is from Sulan Proud. I don't pronounce that. Right. Ricketts warns of civil unrest if meat packing plants close. And is in the US.
And that's what's happening now, man. Because why these meat packing plants are closing? You know, hey, the current order or the things set up, it's not working out, man. It's made to fail, basically. You know.
Right. We're looking this thing in the face, yo.
Go on.
Right. Church Times. That's your. That UK. Famine and building closures lead to civil unrest around the world.
Right. And that's what's coming. You know, hey, so the writing is on the wall, man.
Another 130 million now at the edge of starvation protests in Africa and the United States.
Right. Food lines are get big in America.
This
there,
idiot protest, open up our churches, we need communion.
Yeah,
right.
boy.
It said around the world, lockdown measures against coronavirus are under pressure as millions face the stark choice of going out in search of food or letting their families starve.
Hey, like what happened
Right.
over there in St. Catherine, Jamaica, man.
A situation that is breeding growing civil unrest.
Right, and that's what the females say over there in St. Catherine. We are about to riot today.
Right.
Yeah, because we're there from Saturday, and now a Tuesday, or now a Wednesday, and now we can't get the money to buy food. Yeah, Western Union. That's how it is, man.
That's it. That's
Yep.
it. Right. Prophecies, you know. All right. This is 2 Ezra 16 verse 19. Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments.
So
But
the Lord is the one who is the great architect when it come on to, you know, all of this is manifesting on the planet. No, and hopefully this lead to what? The chip, man. I hope the solution for what's coming is the chip. You know what I mean? Because hey, the elite, as the motto stated, order of care. You know what I mean? So the chaos that's gonna ensue, the order, it'll come, hopefully it come in the form of a chip. You know what I mean? Hey, because they're gonna implement something. They're gonna implement something. All this crisis basically where I say take place and nothing to be implemented. Hey, they're gonna implement something, man. See, so that's what we're looking forward for. You know what I mean?
Right. There was some information here. Brother from Barbados, Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
All right, it's Barbados implementing the Emergency Amendment Act until June 30th. All right, but lifting the curfew on May 3rd. Isn't it? But with this act, Emergency Amendment Act, is pretty much just another name for the Disaster Risk Management Act that we have in Jamaica. And it's called by different titles in other countries. But pretty much it's a precursor to martial law. It's martial law without telling the people it's martial law, pretty much. Is me? Locking down the place. But shalom, brother.
Emergency pause, man.
Reading on, it says, verse 20, it says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor ever be mindful of the scourges. We have more and more online parties taking place. Digital have one coming up with coffee and a couple other performers performing online live.
We're doing shit on TikTok and all that madness.
Yeah, right. It said, behold, victual shall be so good chief upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right. Many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. And the scripture said, they that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, shit. Right. And there shall be no man to comfort them, but the earth shall be wasted and the city shall be cast down.
Right. You know, I'm going to tractor trailers basically bringing out people from hospitals like when they're in New Year.
Right.
New Year. Yeah, man, extreme, man. Man, it's real dramatic, you know. I bring all people on tractor trailer, you know, that's dramatic, though.
It's like a movie.
Yeah,
man, a movie still, isn't it? Isaiah 9 and 19, through the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, of course, the land darkened and the people shall be as a fuel to the fire.
Hey, new people, that's what we do. We're out here for do. We're out here for tell you directly why these things are going on.
Through the wrath of the Lord,
there's not many telling you the reason why these things are happening, man. And it's all the workings of the Lord, Yahweh, and the only way you can escape what's going on is by the Lord being on your side, man. You know what I mean? The Lord is with you. Yeah.
Right.
Ultimately, somebody in problems, man.
Right. Ultimately, all these things signal the end of another kingdom, just like you had the end of the Babylonian, Persian.
They come with certain signs and effects.
So you know what I mean? End of Esau's kingdom come with all these things: the famine, civil unrest, is in World War III, all these, the implementation of the mark of the beast. All these things speak about in the scriptures, Right? It said, no man shall spare his brother. Right? And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. He shall snatch on the left hand and they shall not be satisfied.
And this is a famine of what? Biblical proportion. You understand?
See? Yeah. He said, and they shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Right? Next precept. Read it already. All right. So Matthew 24, verse 21. He said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
Time of Jacob's trouble, man. That's what it is, man.
Can nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
And we believe personally that we're entering into that day, man. The time of Jacob's trouble.
Can.
You know? And over time, the Lord is going to roll out different phases in this destructive phase, man.
Can.
Yeah. So, hey. So to all the brothers, them will basically tune in to the live. You know what I mean? And Kalalal, Yahweh Bashemi Washai, Bashemi Kodash. The bonus to the apostles of Great Millstone. Hey, shalom to all the brothers, them. Oh, there again.
All right, keep your spiritual armor up, yo. We're entering into the depths of the evil days, yo.
Can.
Keep sharp.
Can.
All right.
Yep. Watch therefore and pray. You know.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.